Okay, let's start again. Hello, everybody. Sunday Adelaja here. I'm back for the second day of our Loss of Money webinar. And today I will be talking about very interesting laws. Laws that you must know to become financially free. Number one, do not listen to the dictates of money. Number two things I'm talking about, do not let money master you. Because money is a good slave, but a bad master. The next point, stop following social expectations demanding a certain standard of social behaviors from you. So, do not despise the day of, another point, do not despise the days of small beginnings. Next point, never lend out what you are not ready to lose. Then, never invest in liabilities. Don't love money, but rather use money. And many more things are the topics we are going to cover today. These are laws. Like I said in the first seminar, money doesn't come to you because you are good. Money doesn't come to you because you are nice. Money doesn't come to you because you pray or you don't pray. Money comes to you, those who know the laws of money. Either you are good or bad. Money is not discriminative. Money is neutral. So today I'm going to be talking to you about sets of rules that will help you to live in financial abundance. So the sets of rules are: one, don't steal. Pay your taxes. If you want to you could have money without paying your taxes, but you will not have peace of mind. Now, tithe, some people believe that there is need to pay tithe. Some people don't believe in it. I personally believe that there is no law for tithe anymore in the New Testament. But there is expectation from God that we should honor God with what we make. So even though we don't believe in paying tithe of 10%, but you could put your own percent. It could be 1%, 2%, 3%, but just make sure that a percentage of whatever you are making, you use it to honor God, because God gave you the strength, God gave you the grace, the power, and everything that you need to make that money. God provided everything for you, so honor God with your substance. Now, next thing is, if you really want to become financially free, you want to come to financial freedom, please don't invest in liabilities. What are liabilities? I spoke about it yesterday. Liabilities are the things that you spend money on, and they are not bringing money to your pocket, but they are taking money from your pocket. If you buy a car, and that car, you are just using it to do your day-to-day activities, and you are spending money to repair it, to fix it, to buy fuel, that is a liability, because you are spending money on something that is not bringing more money to your pocket, but rather you are even spending much more money to maintain it. It's taking money from your pocket. It's not bringing money to your pocket. The same thing, many people want to buy a house and an apartment. They are bragging themselves that they want to buy a house. Like a friend of mine that I met in the US one time, he was telling me there are 10 people that have just bought a house from his church. And I said, okay, this house that they bought, is it giving them money back to their pocket? They said, no, they are paying mortgage on them. So you're paying mortgage on the house every month? Yes. And for how long will they pay those mortgages? For 20 years. So that is called a liability. It's heavy laden. But rather, when you buy a house like that, instead of you living in it and paying mortgage, why don't you buy the house and give it out to rent? So that from the rental that is coming in, you are paying for the mortgage, and you are also saving for the upkeep of the house and for your pocket as well. That is an asset. So it becomes an asset when you buy the house. You are not living in it, but you're giving it out, and it's making more money for you than you are giving out, than you are paying out. That is an asset. So never invest money in liabilities, in something that will cost you to spend more money, but you rather invest only on things that will bring in more money to you. Next law, do not love money. Money is not meant to be loved, guys. We are supposed to love God, and we are supposed to love people, but not money. You're not supposed to love money or anything in this life. Well, this is one of the reasons why a lot of people cannot live in financial abundance, because they love money. They are running after money, and anything you love, you become a slave of. So if you love money becomes your master. You become a slave to money. And that's why we don't love money, or we don't love anything in this world apart from God and people. We love people, we love God, but we love God first. When we love God, we become a slave of God. But we are not becoming, we become servants of God, which is okay, because that's the ultimate freedom for you to become dependent on God, because then it directs your path in the right direction. But when you become the servant of money, then you're totally dominated by it. And you are not supposed to be dominated by something that you create, or that somebody else created, but you are supposed to dominate it and rule over it. Jonathan Swift says, a wise person should have money in their head, but not in their heart. You should have money, but not in your heart, but in your head. Now the Bible says, Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 10, whoever loves money never has money enough. When you begin to love money, you will never have them enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with his income. When you begin to love them, it will never satisfy you. This too is meaningless. So the fourth law of money that I want to share with you today is, do not listen to the dictates of money. You know, something happens whenever you have money in your hand. There is a tendency, and this is normal, that the money begins to push you and dictates to you how to spend it and what to do with it. The money begins to tell you, oh yeah, you remember you need to pay that person. You remember you need to buy that thing. You remember that person is having that and you are not having it. So these are what we call dictates of money. When money comes to your hand, it begins to dictate to you what you must do with it. So when you will listen to those dictates, that means you are a slave of money. You are a servant to money. But what you're supposed to do is that when money comes to your hand, you refuse to listen to any of the push and urge and urges and dictates to go and spend it on this and on that. You just wait and just let it lie down. So when all those voices are quieting down, then you make your plans and make your move, and you begin to do what you want with the money according to your plans, not according to your feelings and to the dictates that come to you. So because once you begin to listen to those dictates, then money becomes your master. But money is not supposed to be a master to man. Money is supposed to be your servant, but never your master. One thing with money is that money is a good slave, but a bad master. Money is not meant to master man. Man is supposed to master money. So money is a good slave, but a bad master. The next law that I want to share with you today is, do not follow social expectations. Especially, we want to be like the Joneses. You want to be like your friends. You want to live like everybody else. You want to buy the latest Mercedes-Benz, the latest iPhone, the latest wristwatch, the latest iPad, the latest everything. You follow the demands of the trends, of social trends and social behaviors, certain standards and of social behavior. Then you lose your money. That's how people spend their money. Some people go to parties. Those are following expectations. Some people go to buy dresses and they are wearing the same thing. And those are things that take money from your pocket. So instead of, if you really want to build wealth, if you really want to build finances and become a millionaire, you must get rid of these things. You must first of all stop investing in putting your money in these social vices, social expectations, but invest in assets and stop investing in liabilities. Now, Will Rogers says, too many people spend money they earn to buy things they don't want, to impress people they don't need. And that's why you must stop this social pressure and to want to be like the Joneses. Number 6 law that I want to share with you today, the law of money, is do not despise the day of small beginnings. What this means is that everything that will be big tomorrow has to start small. So if you want to become a millionaire, it has to start small. Today, after this presentation, I'm going to show you a video. It's a story of a couple in our family, in our mentorship program, that couldn't even afford to send their children to school or even to buy bread to feed the family. But right now they are building cities and towns after the mentorship the same mentorship that we are giving to you and we are proposing to you right now. They went through it and they are now become multi-millionaires. But they have to start from small. They have to start from little. So don't be afraid to start small. Every big thing you see today started small. So start small. Don't be afraid to start small. And don't be afraid of your small beginning. Small things always become big. So sooner or later, the small thing you have right now will become big. Lao Tzu says, a journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. So don't be afraid of it. So number 7 law that I want to share with you today says, do not get involved in get-rich-quickly schemes. Especially for people, a lot of young people try to meddle in forex trading and things like that. Most of the people who have done that, they have lost their money. Even people who do cryptocurrency, some people have made money in it, but some people have lost money too. These are all projects and schemes that promise you get rich quick schemes. Follow the standards, follow the eternal principles of building wealth. Build your wealth rather than trying to make quick money. I'm not saying that there's not people who are making money from Forex and that all Forex is a fraud, but most of it, you lose money at the end of the day. Same thing with the cryptocurrency. Not all of it is fake, but most of it, you lose money. Better build your business and your wealth in the classic manner, that people who have ever truly been rich have been doing. That is built by producing goods and services, and we'll talk about that later. So the 8th law of money that I want to give to you today is do not give up on your dreams. Now, a lot of people start well, but they stop in the middle of the road, and that's why they never win. If you really want to win, if you really want to get the result that you desire, start from somewhere and never give up. Target your desire, target your goals, and never stop until you finish, until you get to that dream. Now, Vince Lombardi says, winners never quit and quitters never win. I agree. Number 9 law that I want to share with you today is never lend what you are not ready to lose or donate. So don't give out, don't lend money to people. You are not a bank. If you are a bank, then you could do that. Since you are not a bank, stop doing that. And if you lend out money, just be ready to lose it. Or lend out only the amount you are ready to lose. Any amount that is dear to you, that you cannot afford to lose, don't lend. Okay, so these are the laws that I wanted to share with you today. Now, you see, there are so many things that we could share with you, that we could talk to you about, but you cannot get all of them in this webinar and in webinar in general. That's why I propose to you our mentorship program. This is the mentorship program that I've used to raise up 200 millionaires in only 3 years. And I'm undergoing the same program for many other people right now. People from 25 countries are right now undergoing this mentorship program with me, and I'm giving them the leadership to become millionaires in 3 years or less. Some of them have already become millionaires in less than 3 years, and the slowest of them will be in 3 years. So if you want to be one of these people, please follow the link that you are going to see in the chat sector. Follow that link and fill out the form, and send in your application. Once you send in your application, they will answer all your questions as well. Now, there are some questions while we were going on that were coming in. Diana said, but if I give a house for the rent, I will spend money to rent myself. Well, if you give out for the rent, the good thing about it is that the rent that those people are paying, that you have given the house to, it will be enough for you to even pay your own rent. That's what I've done. We got a house in the US, we rented it out. The money coming from it, because it's a new house and it's a bigger house, so it's enough to pay both for the mortgage and to even pay for our rent. So that's the advantage of not buying liabilities but buying asset, or turning your liabilities into asset. Johan says, the problem with not following the expectation is that To get a deal closed, I need to look good. And this is an expensive thing. Yeah, many people pretend, but that is living in a lie. I know people who go and rent a Mercedes-Benz, or they go and rent Rolex watches to look good. That is called packaging, and that is a lie. Be real, be who you are, wear what you have. Don't spend the money you don't have. Don't spend the money of tomorrow today, and don't spend what you don't have to impress the people who don't really care. Don't buy what you don't need and to impress people who don't care. Be yourself, be real. Truth and the path of truth will always lead to freedom, but the path of deception and lies will lead to captivity. Daniel says, unfortunately, to stop investing in liabilities, we have to stop this social pressure. So how do I stop this social pressure? Well, that's why you need this mentorship that we're talking about. In the mentorship program, we take you by the hand, and we actually give you daily leadership and daily consultation on how to resolve these issues. And Tony says, I do trade in Forex, but I don't know how to switch to something else. That's why you need to meet with other businessmen. There are other millionaires here who are in legitimate businesses and who are in classic businesses. So you'll be able to relate with them, fellowship with them, and learn from them. Somebody is saying, I don't have money to start my own business because it's deceived by a brother. Well, what I would like to advise you is go ahead and follow the link in the chat section, send in your application, and somebody will get in touch with you and you can begin to discuss. There are different options that you'll be able to have to join this Millionaires Mentorship Group. We have the premium, which is $1,000 a quarter, and then actually $1,200. And but for you, it's going to be $1,000 because you are part of this our webinar. But we also have a standard package, which is much cheaper, just $500 a quarter. So, but that is just because you are part of this webinar, but it is actually $600. So this is the way it looks. So if you going for standard, you see the green, you have 5 advantages. But if you are in premium, you have like 12 advantages. There are so many things you could get. But for premium, you need to pay $1,000 a quarter. Why for standard you pay $500, and that is only because you are part of this group. Otherwise, standard is $600 and premium is $1,200. So, what are the things you are going to get? We are going to be giving you quarterly online coaching. We're going to be giving you monthly seminars, also coaching and training online. We're going to be giving you weekly trainings and practical daily financial information and skill sets on on weekly basis. Then we're going to connect you with other businessmen and partners who you could present your business to and who could invest money into your projects. Then we're going to be having 1 yearly offline conference where you could meet with fellow millionaires and be able to enter into some contracts with them. But for people who are doing premium, they will still be able to get free personal consultation with me on their business matters. They will be able to get consultation from other businessmen as well. They will also be able to have free 5-day visit to Ukraine, and their accommodation will be paid for, their meals will be paid for. They will be picked at the airport and back and forth, to and fro for free. They will have discounts on their trainings and the trainings we are going to be having on ground, and they will have access to other investment opportunities as well. So these are for premium members. So, but because you are here for premium, it's going to be $1,000 a quarter rather than $1,200, and it's going to be $500 for standard package. So please follow the link in the chat session, and after this, I would like you to see a practical video of how people's life has changed just by following our mentorship program, from being penniless to becoming developers who are building cities today. Watch the video together with me. Bless. Hello, everybody. This is Sunday Adelaja here. I'm here at this estate. It's a building estate or living estate that was built by some members of our church, because I've been talking about taking people from poverty and from the street to becoming multimillionaires and industrialists. This complex here, this is a whole estate. This is a whole complete estate, more like what they call what do they call that estate in Nigeria? Eco Atlantic, or there's another, VGC, Banana Island. This is like a Banana Island, Eco Atlantic complex. And there's one that somebody came from England was building. No, a new one. Okay, don't worry. So Eme something. Eme Estate? Is it Eme Estate? Yeah. Eme Estate. This is like somewhere Eme Estate in Nigeria. So this is somebody, a member of the church, husband and wife, that came to church. They were actually working for me. They were selling my books at first. Then later on, but before then, they couldn't even eat bread. They couldn't afford 3 square meals. They were in such bad poverty that they were, they couldn't even afford. They were so poor. They were working as taxi drivers, and then they couldn't drop that. These people came from nothing, and they started this thing about 5 years ago. I mean, they were in such a minus, what I was talking is that, and we have 200 people like this that were raised up in 3 years. These people started from nothing. You've heard about the Club 1000 that I spoke about, and this is one of them. I have not done this before. I've never even come here before, even though they are members of National. I'm coming here for the first time to just see. It just came to my mind because somebody was saying he's talking about raising up millionaires and multimillionaires. Where are they? Because I was not interested in showing you what other people are doing. I want to show you what you can do. That is why I've not been doing this. But since you people are interested, people are challenging me and saying, what have I done? The other day I showed one, some other 3 guys who are coming from drug addicts, from homelessness, from psychiatric hospital, and who are also industrialists, building industries and things. But here are people who, yeah, don't worry. Here are people who are just a young family, very poor, very, they couldn't even afford bread. Sometimes they will go, without food. They will go without food for some time. But here now, this is a big complex here, a whole complex that is being constructed by them. People are living here now. People are buying these apartments. These are new estates that are being built in Ukraine. All these lawns were imported from Italy, and some of the best building. This is the kind of thing we are going to do in Nigeria, to give people living condition, to provide quality life for people. And this is just a husband and wife, just a family that is being able to do this from just the teachings that I give to them. I never give them any money. I never give them any. These are disciples of my wife. They are in the home group of my wife, and I never give them any money at all. Nothing like that. But then, the training, the truth. It is the principles of the kingdom of God. We're not demanding money from them. We are not saying they should give apostolic or prophetic offering or anything like that. These are just things, the truth of the kingdom of God being spoken to them, being taught to them. They're living by those truths, and it is the truth that this is a whole big, like a town. This is actually a town, but it's a town complex that is neat. That is, people have their playing. They have everything, schools, children centers, the nursery, kindergarten, primary school, secondary, playing centers, football pitch. We are going to go to the football pitch to show it later on. Just unbelievable.
36 houses. Huh? 36
houses.
Yeah,
these are just a big complex, here. And how many square meter? A lot of square, just, I don't know.
Саша, какая площадь? 36 houses, 100 and 1,100 apartments. The whole infrastructure and good transportation is here. (11,100 square meters of apartments).
Anu, come here. What do you have to say?
Well,
Anu is here with me.
hello, everybody. Well, I'm blown away. DSC said he personally invited me to have an
Come with me.
experience.
Because even though we live in the same house, in the same city, you've never been here.
Never.
And you never even knew church members were doing things
At
like
all,
this.
at all. And
Because I don't even talk about, we don't make big deal about these things.
Yeah.
You don't even, have you ever heard me talk about it? No.
Never. You're occupied doing what you're doing.
I'm doing what I'm doing to talk about the future, to build people, to let them know that these same principles will work for them, and it will help them. It will. I mean, this. I'm only talking about people come from zero. I'm not talking about people who are even graduates. These who are not graduates. These who are not.
Down and out.
Yeah, I'm talking about people who are down and now and what they're doing right now.
Yeah. No, it's mind blowing to see. I think that's exactly what I love about what you want to bring to Africa, because you already have a model, a prototype,
Working prototype.
a working prototype. I mean, just walking around and looking at this whole.
The breeze here, the air.
I mean, it's really mind blowing. And just to talk about these people being at a certain point in their life, they were poor, they were addicts, and now they've been able to build this kind of structure. It just shows that this is not just blind hope for Africa or for Nigeria, but that this can be replicated. If this has been done here in Ukraine, it means that we can replicate it in Nigeria. It means that what Dr. Sunday has been talking about is the principles, the values he has been teaching. They produce results, and this is just one of those results. The previous video Dr. Sunday shot was a construction site with over 100 houses. But based on what I heard, I learned that this has over 1,000 apartments. Over 1,000 apartments. So this is mind blowing, and for me, I'm even more convinced with all of this that what is going to happen in Nigeria would be even more mind blowing than this, and that's the reason why we want everybody to gather together. Let's spread this word that transformation is coming to Nigeria, and this is not just good speaking or good speech, but this is reality, and it's going to happen. So let's get together, let's work, and let's make this a reality for Nigeria. I mean, look at these buildings. It's just mind blowing. I mean, a playhouse for children. We just passed a place where there was a football pitch, and I learned that there is even a basketball pitch. There's a long tennis also court for people who are living. Very, very comfortable environment. Yeah.
Как это делает тренер тут. И обратно.
One, two.
Разворот.
Разворот и вот.
Ой, тут тоже.
Живот мешает. Это не для таких ветеранов.
This is not for veterans.
Баскетбольная площадка.
Is that? So this is going to be a tennis. It's going to combine tennis field, long tennis field, and basketball. Can you see where the net is going to be basketball net? Yeah. So it's going to be both. So it's a whole, like a whole city, like a whole town. Well, none of them was
So it's a whole city, like a whole town.
Снимаем здесь, вас снимают оттуда.
So welcome everyone to our mentorship, Millionaires Mentorship Group. You say this is just one of the 200 millionaires that were raised only in 3 years. And your story shouldn't be different. And why are you worse? I mean, why do you think you are worse than these people? I mean, it's the loss of money that make a difference. And these are some of the laws that I told you today. And you know, this message I gave you today it shouldn't be a theory. It shouldn't just be theory. And for it not just to be theory, I want to, because for you to really, to really assimilate these lessons and for them to become a part and parcel of your life, you will need to sit down together, listen again, and do some practical exercises. And that's why I'm giving you some practical exercises to do when you get back home or when you finish listening to this video. Please, you will get a link to our website where you will see the homework for this particular webinar, for this second webinar. So look for a link, expect a link on your email from us, and follow that link to our website. You will be able to do your homework. And I will also advise you to finish that homework before the next webinar, which is tomorrow. So before the next webinar, make sure that you finish this particular homework and send it back to us. And then talk to your friends about this. Talk to your friends about what you are learning, and maybe you want to invite them by sending them the link. And they could also come back and maybe if not live, they could watch the recorded video and be able to join us for the next session. So we look forward to see you tomorrow. Peace.